Alrighty, so I think we're good now. I should be streaming to YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter all at the same time. Going through and checking my feeds right now. Alrighty. Man, I think everything's working. This is weird. One second, I'm doing a few things. Trying to you know what's crazy? There we go. Now we've found it. Okay. That's live, and that's live, and that's live. Alright. So, we're good for a little bit. Wife's at work, baby's at daycare. I'm off. So, let's find us some racing. But I have to change this screen capture. Let me change this to the right screen. For whatever reason, my screen capture is never right. There we go. Got it. Let's get some iRacing started. So I was working on my rig a little bit. I got the mount for my button box in. Still doing some more adjustments on it. I need to move it maybe out and up a little bit, but for right now, it's gonna work. What are we gonna run? We're gonna run oval or some road course. Let's see what we have on sports car. MX5 starts in 14 minutes. Formula 4, which is always good. Laguna Seca. Or that's not the fixed, that's an open. I'd rather run the fixed. Where are we at? GT4 fixed. This doesn't start till 3:30. But what I can do is get some practice laps in. So get race labs started up, and of course there's an update for that. So I'll turn this update real quick. Move this up top. I didn't have anything ready. I didn't have race labs going. I didn't have Discord going. I'm failing at every level today. And then I have to pee in a minute. I haven't even peed yet. Alright. But before we do this, I have to get doing a couple different things at once here. got to get my paint set up for my car. What's my number? Sorry, I should have done all this before I ever got on, but 857058 enter. Alright, I think we are about ready, so hop in here. Let's do a practice. This is the Road Atlanta full course fixed. Race labs, of course. Yeah, I've got nothing but time. You're right. Race labs is updating. So hey Ryan, I finally got my YouTube.
What dude?
Oh, you here, dude? So I got my YouTube stream to work. So now I'm streaming on all 4 platforms at once.
Are you doing X as well? Like Twitter?
Yeah, so I do Twitter. I don't call it X. I refuse. I will never call it X. So I have Facebook, basically Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. Yeah.
Gotcha.
We're gonna.
I've only done Facebook and Twitch.
Let's see. So I need to play around with race labs, cause some of these I have them for the auto open, but somehow I got 2 of the relatives opening up, so it opens up on 2 separate screens. I don't know how to get rid of
That's like one of those like pre-selected. I don't know, because like can't you select like a layout? I wonder if the layout's opening and it's another one's open. I don't know.
It could be. I haven't messed with race labs enough to know enough about it, so there's that.
Yeah, I haven't. Ever since downloading it, I actually tried to. So I bought that like giant I don't know, it's not giant, but big LED board.
Mm-hmm.
And so the idea, and I was hoping it was like an Arduino in the background, in it, and then I could like flash over it with the Sim Hub or whatever, and put like flags on it.
Is that not the case?
Which I was able to get it, and I was able to get it detected the Arduino, but the problem is the Sim Hub setup is so specific about like what Arduino you're using, and then what the data, like which plug the data stream is on. Like if you build your own, when you build your own steering wheel, you're gonna know what things are wired to what. Yep. Like, I put the data on, port 4 or whatever, right? Well, this one I had no idea.
Gotcha.
So I couldn't really figure out. Like, I flashed it like 3 times, different orientations, and couldn't figure it out. And I was searching like other people have done it. So then I did my iFlag. I was like, well, instead of doing the iFlag, I'll just do I'll do it through SimHub. So then I'm only using one program, and I flashed it, and then I don't know, it just didn't work, and so I've been trying to reflash it back to use iFlag. So I probably broke it. But
so I got
what are you gonna do?
Back out of here. I forgot to hit allow custom paints on here, so hold on. I'm all kinds of.
I sent a new one.
I'm all the one from April 11th, yesterday.
No, that one should be good.
Okay.
That's the new one, I guess, or current one.
Show custom paint. Why is my show custom paint not showing Montucky?
I think is it not you can't do the toggle?
Man, I feel like my whatever you want to call it. Gotta get the right color wheel.
Yeah, I would just make sure that. Did you save it under your number?
Yeah. So let's go back and look. iRacing, paint, BMW M4 GT4, and I'm 857058. So let me make sure I'm doing all this right. 857058. Yeah. Car.
Is it like car underscore, not team?
Yeah, it's car underscore. Let me close out iRacing and open it back up.
Yeah, maybe what it has to do. Which, I mean, I don't know. I don't think so, because like I've done it where I'm literally like have the paint up.
Yeah, you should
and
be
I'll
like
save it,
hot swap it.
and it like instant. Yeah, and that's why they kind of did all that, so like I can be designing it and looking at it on the car at the same time. I don't know.
See, it's still. Are you watching my stream? It still isn't showing up right.
I think that one may not. That I don't know if that one updates as quickly as like when you go into the paint shop.
What's the paint shop?
Could be wrong. Like when you go that right where you are right now.
Yeah. So if I go to my content and then my car, then paint, like it ought to show up right there.
Yeah. What happens when you turn the custom paint off?
It goes to black.
For some reason, that paint scheme is overriding.
Well, I have whatever you call it on.
Trading paints?
Trading paints, but I usually always run trading paints and this.
I wonder if trading paints over... it shouldn't. Was there... Did you put it in the GT4 folder?
Yeah, it's in M4 GT4, yeah. I'm just going to go run it for a little bit and see what happens. It may update.
I'm not sure. I sometimes put it in the wrong... Like the Ferrari, because there's like 7 of them, I feel like.
Yeah.
I'll put it in like the wrong GT3 folder. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Nah, I literally just looked. It says M4 GT. So, iRacing paint.
Trading paint shouldn't override it, I don't think.
M4 GT4, and there it is. Car underscore 857058.tga. So it's in there. Excuse me.
Is that the paint scheme that's in trading paint?
I don't know how trading paints works.
I don't either, because like you would think that if there's a file structure, is where it's pulling the files from, and that's what causes your paint to show up. But like trading paints, you would think would kind of override that. If not, I mean, I would think that trading paints, all they're doing is just going to replace that file.
Yeah. In
the folder structure. So like, which one's more? To me, it would be like the trading paints. I feel like would override it. I don't know.
Let me turn off trading paints for a minute.
Yeah, but I feel like you've done that before. I mean, there's bound to be where you're running our custom paint, and I don't know. Who knows?
No, yeah, I've run a custom paint and then trading paints in the past, like on our GT3 races, because otherwise you can't see everything.
That's kind of what I was thinking. What time is this race at for the fix?
Like 3:30, I think. I'm just gonna run it and see how it does.
I might run it at 3:30 then. I got to do like one more thing at work that I've been kind of delaying myself doing, and then I'm kind of free. I've been messing with my layouts a bunch, like Twitch, and I've been trying to move my like steering wheel camera. I have like too many I don't know, it's probably cheesy at this point. Trying to move it where I like you can see my steering wheel camera, but like underneath on the stream, so it makes it look like you're seeing that live steering wheel.
Yeah.
But like not on my screen, or whatever. And so I was doing that, and I was like trying to move everything around, and that person gave me that like paint scheme that has like outlines for cameras and stuff, and it's not, I don't know. It's pretty cheesy. It's not really that great. So like, I was messing with that, and I'm like, I'm just gonna make my own. And so, but I liked my camera being like, my face cam being a circle. I don't know why, just because it's different, I guess.
Yeah.
And anyway, so I finally like kind of got a layout that I kind of like, but it's like, I was like, oh, I need to put something around my like camera, put like some borders. So I made this like line that covers my cameras, and then it goes around my circle head, and I put curbing on it to make it look like it's like the line of a racetrack.
Yeah.
It doesn't look I'm gonna gas it up. It doesn't look incredible, but it looks kind of cool. The problem is the curbing's like backwards to what it should be. I don't know if anybody would notice that, but it's like to hide like the differences between the cameras, and I don't know. It's kind of cool. I was like, oh, that's kind of sick. I don't really stream on Twitch as much as I should, so no one will probably see it. But
I'm still showing the Decra or Warsteiner paint, which I don't.
Even with trading paints off.
Well, I closed it, but it could be running in the background. Which
I do hit that Control R.
Yeah, I did it twice.
If you get a chance.
Everything goes white, and then it just.
That's weird. There's got to.
So Control R. Oh, hold on. I did Control R on Discord and not.
Oh, I got you. You should be able to run the same file name. Like that shouldn't be, you know what I mean? Like it should be when you save the file, it would say, oh, there's another file named this. So I doubt they're in the file structure. It's like the same name.
I just don't get why. I think I had this problem on our GT3 race, which I'm not paying attention. Let me back out. See, it's still showing that, and I don't know why.
We can figure that out later. I mean, I would just.
Yeah, I wanted to try our paint though.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. I like our paint. Well, we could figure. Okay, so I wonder, can you open up the file that's in your file structure?
I'm opening it up right now. So iRacing paint. So I had one in there that I just like. It said, "Do you want to replace it?" So I'm gonna pull that completely out. I'm gonna delete this.
Yeah, I would pull it like, or open it just to see what it shows. Because if it shows ours, I mean, still delete it, I guess. But
alright, so I deleted that. Now, open this. I forget what my car number was.
oh, yeah.
Is there a way to do it in game, or can you? I can do it on my app. Hold on.
Doing what?
Look up my account number.
Oh yeah, you can do it in the app. You can do it technically, probably on the home screen. I think your little helmet, but I think the app has it.
Yeah.
Mine, every time I log into the app, it asks me to like re-sign in, which is starting to really piss me off.
7058. Alright. Enter. Alright, so that's there.
Now I don't know if when you're in the session. I assume it should reload if you do the controller.
I've changed what you call it, trading paints. I've changed trading paints in the middle of session.
Yeah. I think it should.
There, got it.
I don't know how trading paints works. Like I'm wondering if it's like some sort of masking API. Like it's not actually like changing the paint, it's like covering it. I don't know how that would make sense, but
so I had to delete my
there you go.
I had to delete my old paint, like completely take it out, then
put the new one in,
which makes 0 sense.
It makes 0 sense, but whatever.
Well, so now I turn trading paints back on and I have a black car.
Yeah, but see, how does that make any sense? Because you don't have a black car in trading paints, do you?
Nope.
That doesn't make any sense.
So it's got to be something going on with trading paints. I want to.
Unless trading paints is like overriding it, and then it's saying like, oh, because you don't have a paint on here, I'm gonna put the
It says
Your default paint?
It says downloading something, so let me see what it does. Trading paint.
Oh, maybe it's just not. But yeah, so the only things about, so I like the livery. I normally put something on the top of the roof, like that's kind of big, but I always think that looks cheesy. So I kind of looked at some liveries and I saw this kind of common theme of putting like a logo, but like landscape, like on the side, and kind of flipping it, 180 for the other side. And I did polka dot, like the crypto, because it's kind of cool. But also Connor Daly, this IndyCar driver, he's like sponsored by them for the Indy 500. So, and I like Connor Daly, so I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And so I did that, and then the Scrub Daddy, Scrub Mommy are on the side, which looks pretty good. The only thing I'm like, meh about is the glycine one, which is kind of funny because it's like an inside joke. It's on the hood. Well, now that other one's back.
I know. If
that must be the trading paint one.
Yep. If I open trading paints,
it overrides it.
Now it's.
I didn't. But see, I'm wondering how. This is what I think. I'm wondering if trading paint. This is what trading paints is doing. I'm wondering if when you open trading paints, it takes the file that you have saved in trading paints and it puts it in your file explorer. So it's replacing the file that you have in there. So if you load in the paint, and then you like turn on the trading paints, what it's doing in order to work is it's just replacing the files that are in trading paints' database with your file structure. So that way it's always loading in the paint that you want to run.
Well, the thing is, I've ran both.
Because even if you turn trading paints off, now that file that's in your file structure has been overwritten. I'm all spitballing here. It's a hell of an API that got.
Yeah, so now it's showing my Trading Paints Warsteiner one again.
Yeah.
So I need to go back to.
So I bet if you delete the file that's in there and resave that one over, I bet it will show up. Which is stupid. Well, I don't know.
Then you can't
actually, I like that solution.
But then you can't see other people's paints when you're.
Well, that's what I'm wondering is what you need to do, and I don't know this to be true, is you unload the paint in trading paints. Like if you don't have one in there, it won't override it.
Don't run one.
Yeah, and so that way you can have trading paints on so you can see others, but your file is the same.
So before I do anything, let's do this. If I go to my paint...
I'm not sure exactly how to do that, but...
And I go to my car. Remove custom paint. Alright, so I have no paint selected right now.
So now in the I bet you still have to go in your existing file structure, delete the old file, or save over the old file with the new livery.
Try all this again.
I mean, we're learning, I guess. One way to look at it. Dude, I was reading your post on the DIY Facebook thing. I've never seen so many triggered people.
I know, people
in my life, dude.
I
was like,
dude,
guys, you would have thought you put an abortion thing.
I know, I'm like, guys, I'm just giving people options. Like, hey, if you don't want to spend $200 for the Fanatec one, this one was $76. Like,
I mean, I get the logic some people are saying about hurting the industry. I get the concept, but when they're charging you I'm having to pay $700 to make a full steering wheel.
Yep.
That seems ridiculous.
When I'm building one that's better quality for less than half.
Yeah, and I mean that's their fault. They need to look at that and say, okay, if they're able to produce the same thing for this cheap, if they don't do anything about it, that's on them. Yeah. I mean, I get it. I like to shop local. Right now, I don't know, this is a random topic, but books. I've been kind of on a book hook where I'm actually reading books, which is a weird thing for me. And so I could easily buy them on Amazon, but I'm trying to buy them from the local bookstore, right?
Yep.
It's $2 more. Okay. and it won't get here in one day. Whoop-de-doo. But when we're talking about like
Hundreds?
$200, yeah, hundreds of dollars, and it's the same thing, like something's off here. Either the one AliExpress one is just losing money for no reason, or Fantech is just charging people out the ass.
Here's one of my problems with Fanatec right now, is my Porsche wheel was $750, right? It broke.
That's so stupid.
My tires are cold and I'm talking, and I just...
Sorry.
No, you're good. So it was $750 plus tax plus shipping. So it was almost what, $800, $900 by the time it's all said and done. Within the first year, I had problems with it, so I sent it back. It's under warranty, right? It's been there for 3 months, and I have zero input from them on when I'm gonna get it, what's wrong with it. I've emailed them 3 or 4 times, and I'm a pretty patient person. I realize it's a game, it's a steering wheel, big deal. If I don't have it right now, I have another one to use, right? But the fact that a company like that can charge $800 for a product, and then you have a problem with it within the first year, so you send it in for warranty, and then you get ghosted. The only email I've gotten was checking on stats, like, well, we moved from California to Texas, and we're having backlogs on our repair and services. Well, you know what? Give me a timeline, like, send me a new
I still
product.
don't understand why a company like that wouldn't just send
A new product.
a new one.
Exactly.
Like, well, and I don't know, it's kind of weird. Like, I would have thought a company like that would have like a refurbished section on their website.
Yep.
You know, you think, you know, stuff happens. You know, quality is by definition, you're not going to be right the first time 100%. I mean, that's just, there's no one that can do that. So you're going to have issues. Now, is it like from from like Six Sigma or something? Is it going to be 1 out of a million? Sure, maybe, but it's going to be more than it's not going to be 0. So you would think that they would get stuff back, fix it, and then put it up sale for like refurbished. Yeah.
That's what.
But instead they've taken
does.
the approach of like, I'm only going to fix it, but they don't.
Right side.
I think it's stupid.
Still there, hold your line.
They say they're gonna fix it, and then they don't, and then they ghost people. So then you have a lot of pissed off customers that spend a lot of money on something.
Yeah, and even then, like, I'm still buying stuff from them. I'm not going to say no, but I'm not going to be the most loyal customer.
Nope.
You know, if they do stuff like that. If it was like, hey, the product's great, which I do think the product's pretty good. Now, granted, your steering wheel broke. But I mean, that happens. I mean, I'm not going to,
it's electronics. You're
I
gonna
like
have
their,
issues.
yeah, you're going to have, like, stuff. I mean, it could be as simple as yours, which is like they got a bad capacitor from a supplier.
Yep.
You know, that's
now,
not their fault.
The quality of that steering wheel is spot on. It's nice.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just think that like the way you keep loyal customers like 2 ways. You either have just people that are like brand ambassadors. Yeah. People like that, like Ford or Chevy. They'll buy whatever piece of shit Chevy makes.
Just because it
every
has
year.
on it.
Yeah, just because it's a Chevy. But like, what drives progress is brand competition and not brand loyalty. And I mean that by like, and you know what I'm talking about. But it's like, I like their product, so I'm going to buy it. But if all of a sudden they start to make someone else is making a product that's better and cheaper, it's better for everyone if other people went and bought that stuff. Because then it drives Fanatec to say, okay, we gotta like really do something great here to get customers back. And so then you just get this. That's like the whole point of capitalism.
Yep.
I mean,
well, the only reason I looked at what was it, Acetec or whatever you pronounce it.
Yeah.
I looked at SimCube.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
I'm talking again. I looked at SimCube. I looked at a couple different brands. I didn't really look at Mazda because I thought they were kind of.
They seemed cheap. I didn't.
There's nothing wrong.
I don't think that's the case now, but I thought that early on.
And they have the same issues as far as communication and warranty and all that. But and people don't understand, Amazon's ruined consumerism. Like, everyone expects you to.
Oh, just how like quickly they can get stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everyone expects you to have something shipped out the next day after purchase, and that's not the fact. That's not the case. These aren't big multi-trillion-dollar companies.
Well, even then, they also don't have what is it, tax subsidies or whatever from UPS or whatever. They're using taxpayer money to ship stuff for free.
Yep.
you know,
And then they don't
or
have
subsidized.
they don't have the huge logistics offices that all they do is work on shipments. Like they're relatively small companies. I'm not.
And I would say
defending them, I'm just saying-
Fanatec recently, yeah, but Fanatec me recently, a couple things I've ordered, I got it pretty quickly.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
but
ordered
like
that
you
stuff
said,
and got it a week.
Amazon's ruined it.
I ordered it on Thursday and it came in on like Wednesday or whatever the day it was.
Yeah. So they've done something, but I don't know. Still crazy.
This is your favorite track, man, Road Atlanta.
Dude, it's awesome. I ran it yesterday. I was slow as hell compared to some of these people. But it's like, in the car, I like a GT3 better there. A little bit lighter weight. It just changed directions a little bit faster. Like I think like the downhill S's portion, normally it's like flat out in a GT3 car, and the like the back little section is like a lot crisper on turn-in and stuff.
Yeah.
So GT4 is kind of like makes it feel a little bit meh, but it's just like heavier, a little bit slower, and I'm just used to like the GT3. But yeah, I love this track. Apparently, you should be able to do that downhill like flat, but I haven't been able to figure that out. And then this one,
I can't.
that left-hander. Okay, so that left-hander, the racing line, it shows like, you know, going to like the edge of the track.
Yeah.
You can go like way past it. Like there's that little, there's like the edge of the track curbing, and then there's concrete again. On the exit, you can go into the concrete.
Oh,
They don't
really?
give you an off track.
Left side.
Yeah. So the racing line kind of cuts you off. Now,
Stay on the right.
spirit of the rules.
Still there.
Is that
hold
right?
the
I
line.
don't know,
Clear
but-
on the left.
I do it. Then this corner got me because I keep braking it kind of where like MX-5 GT3s are, and it's a lot
Clear
earlier.
on the left.
And I feel like, yeah, cutting the curb really helps on the first one.
Point.
Like,
One,
if you
two,
set yourself
one.
up for the second one, you get such a better run on people. But then it's hard to like go anywhere because everything's like fast. And
It's like
people
that-
cut you
well,
off like that guy.
You're probably half a lap behind me.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now on the
I'm on the downhill right now.
okay, so the once you get through the downhill, that uphill, run more off track than you think. Like push the
Now on
limit.
your
down.
left.
I see what you're saying. You can stay
Keep
more
to the
right.
right.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, and like so it now with the GT4 car, it's
Keep to
kind of
the
tricky
right.
because turn in you still have to slow down
Clear.
a lot more than it feels like to like have no understeer. But you can, if you get it right, you don't have to take as much speed off because you can use a lot more exit
Yeah.
than you think. The first right-hander of those two is not too bad. The second one though,
I feel like I get
I'm weird.
loose.
It's weird on the gearing. I can't get to second. By the time I get down to second, I feel like I haven't turned in really fast enough. I watched VRS doing it, not on the fixed setup, but like the other setup, and they leave it in third gear before the straightaway. And it, at first, it felt really stupid. Like I did it, and I was like, it's just way too high of a gear. But for some reason, my delta time was better. I don't know if it's like the just the torque range of that motor is like a little bit better in third in that corner. I don't know, but have you raced Road Atlanta before?
I've never ran an actual race on it. I've just driven.
It's hard to pass people. That I'll give you that, but the backstretch is nice. But like, there's only really a couple overtake opportunities. So like, I don't know about running the multi-class. Like I have no like if an LMP caught me like in mid lap, that's I don't know where they'd go.
So you're saying keep it in third and your two right-handers?
Well, yeah. So go down to third on the first one, and then leave it in third for the second one. It seems weird though.
So these guys that are running 127s and I'm running a 131, where am I going to pick up force? So my best is a 130.
So I was at like a 130, 131 in practice, and in the race I got to like a 128. I think as you learn, you can gain a lot of speed on that back straight if you get those two right-handers good, and then turn the last corner, not really last corner, but that last like hard braking zone. When you nail that corner on the first one, so it sets you up in the second one to be like full speed, you basically gain all the way down the front straight into turn one. So I think it's like it's little corners that if you nail, yeah, it you get speed pretty quick, because it's like there's a couple corners that are like pretty fast, and if you nail it but you're able to get back on the throttle, you basically are like for a whole straightaway you're gaining time. It's just something about this track of like there's a lot of elevation and it's kind of blind, so like once you learn it and trust it, you're able to like, I don't know, you push it over a hill and you know where the corner's supposed to be, and it's just something about that's just so satisfying. Whereas like, I don't know, when you're coming up to a corner and there's like a 200-meter mark and you know to brake there and it's just a right hand 90 degrees, it's just not as, it's just something about this track.
Yeah, you do have a lot of blind turns, don't you?
Yeah, and it's something about like, if you nail the lap, like you string it all together, you gain so much time. It's just, I don't know. And it feels satisfying catching people. Because like this track, especially in the race, there'll be people that are pretty slow. Because if you don't really trust the track, it's like you can get in some of these corners real slow, and so you just feel like this like racing god. It's like, oh, I'm so good at this. I don't know. I did the race I did. I caught a guy on the last lap on that like last hard braking zone, the like left and the right, and I dove on the inside of him, and then I got to on the left. Once I turned left, I just hesitated, like I parked it on the apex, and the guy like almost hit me, but he had to like brake, and then I got back on the gas like a little early, just because he could have easily. If you take the inside line, you're really slow up to the finish line, so it's kind of like you get kind of screwed. So I basically just did this like hesitation. So he had to hesitate, and then I was able to like stay in front of him.
It's like a 129 flat there, so picking up.
Yeah, you'll get it. The corner that's after the downhill section is also one where you can gain a lot of time if you get it right, because like it's really easy to go too slow there to get the car to turn in. But I mean, it's not bad, because it's like if you go really fast through that corner, it's kind of dangerous. So it's like, from a racing perspective, it's not bad, but I don't know. We'll need to do this one in October, I think is the. It's like 6-hour race.
What about that that vintage race running that Audi 70?
When is it?
I don't know when that is.
I'd have to look. I think I'm down. I think Helena's going to Alaska. Yeah, I think Helena will be gone. I'm pretty sure when I looked it up, Helena's gone, which isn't the. I mean, I would still do it. It would just be kind of, my timing might be weird, but.
She'd be like, "Hey, Grandma, can you watch Lily for a day?"
yeah, exactly. I think I was kind of practicing for that that endurance series. That's kind of what I was focusing on doing.
That one that's at Magello, or whatever it is.
Yeah, I was doing some practice. I haven't put in anything in the BRS for it though, from like setup or anything, but it's a pretty cool track.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I like Road America too. It's not bad. Like, it's just a lot of corner. I mean, it took me a while to learn it.
What's the open top LMP car? It's like an open top Le Mans. What's that called? I just went blank.
It's like an older edition, right? Or is it? It's not new, is it?
No, they're from like the 90s, I guess.
I mean, I can't remember what they're called. I know it's like I thought they were just like LMPs.
Might just be an LMP.
Like the Audis or whatever.
Yeah. I watched a guy run Road America in one of those on YouTube when I was just sitting here eating lunch.
29.577.
They're pretty. I mean, those cars are baller.
Yeah, they're 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah, they were like quiet. That was the weird part. Hey Ryan, do you have a few minutes for a chat? I'm gonna jump off here. I gotta
Alright, no worries.
do a little work, but I might get back on for 3:30 race if I get done.
Well, I've got to help Carly make.
Alright, see.
She's making some macaroons for one of her friends. So I have to help her make cookies at some point in time.
Ah, gotcha. All right, I'll see you.
See you, dude.
.399.
Cut the grass a little bit. .598. New fastest lap for you. Oh, Montucky. Montucky Cold Snack. This will be our sponsor of the season. Alright. That's enough for now.